Hi everyone, talofa lava, maloa ilile, and womanjika. Welcome to season 2 of The Bent Spoon, brought to you by Thorn Harbour Health. We are here today because of our love for food and the big part it plays in our culture traditions. Food not only brings us together as a universal love language, it can also tell a story we can all relate to. So let us share with you our culture through food. My name is Miss Catalina, your host, so come on in and let's start cooking. Well, welcome Anastasia to The Bent Spoon.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so what are we going to be cooking today?
So we're taking on a modern version of a sweet and sour pineapple tomato fish soup.
Wow, I've had sweet and sour, but not soup.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's usually served with rice or rice noodles. In my culture, cooking means gatherings, cooking means building the bond together, because I'm Vietnamese. And it's a very ancient culture as well. A lot of our conversation, a lot of the gossips that I say, it's all about around the table and food.
What are the ingredients to make this dish?
So the main ingredients, I would say pineapple.
Yes, we love
And
good
tomato.
pineapple.
They are like the base flavor for the dish. And then we have fish, and today we have some whitings here.
Whiting fish.
And fish sauce, because I'm Vietnamese, I can't cook without fish sauce. I have to have fish sauce. And we have some lime to boost up some acidity, and scallions, coriander as garnish.
Oh, beautiful. And obviously some oil.
Yes, we have some oil here as well.
Is there a particular oil that you use or?
Well, preferably something plain, just to carry the flavor. So we have, we're going to utilize everything in here.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
juice.
including the juice?
Yes.
Nice, I like that. Time to start cooking.
Yes, so we can start with draining the pineapple.
I'm great at opening cans.
Okay, well you can do that.
Thanks. I'm very good. Okay.
Right,
And then-
so you drain that into here.
Okay. And how much of the syrup do you use?
So we're going to use all of it.
Oh, okay.
Because they have so much flavor of the pineapple.
Yeah. Do you want
So-
this all out?
Yes, all
in
of
here?
them.
Okay.
And then
Nothing but a really good
we don't
canned.
waste,
No.
honey. I came from a very hard time. So we don't waste, yeah. And there you go.
Beautiful.
And then now you can, well we can, chop some scallion. Don't throw these away. I'm gonna put them back into my garden. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going
So you can actually regrow them.
Oh, okay.
So just like chop the scallion, we're gonna use some of them. Half of it would be used as garnish, and the other half would be used for the cooking stage. So I'm gonna set these aside
Yeah.
for garnishing,
Oh, nice.
and then we're gonna push these away,
Yeah.
just for the cooking later.
Okay. Beautiful.
So we're gonna cut some whitings with this dish. Any kind of fresh fish would be nice.
Oh, okay.
Just go to your trusted fishmonger.
Yeah.
In a pinch, you can just get some fish fillets from
Oh.
your supermarket. So whitings, salmon, traditionally there's some kind of, it's like a catfish. So now we can just turn on the stove.
Okay. And how much of fish do you need?
So I say about this much for this recipe. So about a cup and a cup and a half of fish, chopped fish. It was quite interesting because I didn't speak any English when I first came here. I was speaking French and Vietnamese at the time, and a lot of discrimination within the community. Like there's a lot of internalized discrimination, more so than from the broader community. And of course I was struggling with the language as well, because I spoke no English before, and then there was this cultural clash. At first it started with you would normally have pho or like big dishes for breakfast, And then you came to Australia and you had like toast and cereals. And of course, I think it's got a bit tougher when I sort of deal with my sexuality and then later on my gender identity as well. So, you know, a lot of discrimination, especially like in the gay community, you have some sort of, you know, anti-feminine traits, or like a preference for like macho and muscles, and a strong preferences for, like the focus was on white men mainly. We add in some of the oil.
Oil. And how much oil do you need?
That's about 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
And tips I would tell people is that wait until the oil is well heated before you add anything in. So that way they won't stick to the bottom of the pan or the pot.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a mistake a lot of people make, and then they spend hours scrubbing.
And when you other people make mistakes, are you talking about me?
Oh, well,
that's
I
what
haven't
I
got
do.
the privilege to taste the cooking just yet.
No,
So
true.
with this part, another thing is that if we put all of these in one go,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a lot of moisture trapped, and it's
okay.
gonna make it like a fish stew rather than searing the fish.
Oh.
So what you want to do
Yeah.
is to chop in like,
Should I stand back?
it's okay to have some omega-3 in your face anyway.
Okay, you go.
So you just add in piece by pieces
Yeah.
for now.
So are you frying? Is this like
So
searing?
we're searing.
Searing.
We're
Okay.
searing the fish
Yeah.
so that they won't flake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So another thing is that
And
you.
how long would you sear this?
Well, usually like when you see the top of the fish, like the bottom starts to shrink a bit more.
Yeah.
That is when you're
Is that
ready
hot
to actually flip it over.
Yeah.
Things becomes less transparent and
Yeah.
becomes more opaque. So that's when you should check. See, and then you flip it. So another perk of cooking them in small batches is that
Is that too hot? Was that okay?
it's easier to flip as well.
Yeah.
I like to live life quite dangerously, like so lots of heat, lots of
Oh,
fire.
I bet you do. Living on the edge. Ooh,
It's just like my
it's like your whole
my
life.
personality. My experience as a trans woman at first, because I started to transition socially for about a year and a half before I actually took on hormones treatment therapy. And of course, at the beginning stage, I had faced a lot of sexualization, a lot of fetishization that I would not normally, like that cisgender or white women would not normally cop. Or like, it started with questions like, where are you from? And then it escalated to like the things you want to do in bed, or like, do you have any lingerie? Like guys just expect you to wear lingerie when you first meet or something. And then it went on to like, are you completely smooth? Or like, you know, can you put some makeup on? And again, they would ask those questions only to a woman of trans experience and not so much on a cisgender woman. And then all this expectation of hyper feminine values just were pressured on me at the beginning of my journey. So we have this very appropriate plate.
Oh, nice.
Actually, it reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah, well, it's matching your dress, honey.
And fry.
Ah, okay.
And then
So you have to cook it like in batches.
Yeah, because like you would either overcrowd the pan,
Yeah, you were saying
and then you can just lower the heat. Yeah, and then you get like, just like all of the moisture will be trapped in, and then you have more like a stew rather than searing or frying. Yeah, so once all of the fish has been, you know, scooped out, you can add in the scallion.
Okay.
So we want to utilize all of the caramelized bits
Yeah.
at the bottom of the pan.
Turn that down a bit. Oh, nice.
I like this kind of cooking. 'Cause,
And how long would you cook this for?
just a bit, and then we can add in the next
Do you
step.
want me to stir?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
I
stir.
measure the fluid portion of, you know, See, so we have
I
about
love
2 cups of 2 cups of fluid. But then, yeah. So when it starts to wilt a bit like that,
Oh, yes, I can see it
you can add in the pineapple.
Okay.
That
Ooh, look.
sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
So if you can,
Yeah.
get to the bottom of it.
Oh, okay.
Really get to
Great.
the bottom of it, and then yeah, just spread them up. Yeah.
That's the nice part.
So that's where all of the flavors lie.
What do you call this? The bird, not the bird.
Like, oh, well, so you have 2 different reactions in there. You have the Maillard reaction, and then you have caramelization happening as well. So yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Yep. Just like that.
Yeah.
Get to the corner.
Wow.
Okay. And at this stage, we add in some chopped cherry tomatoes. Well, I use chopped cherry tomatoes because like, it's fast to cook as well. So yeah, it's in there.
So you just
There was a punnet, like a punnet of cherry tomatoes.
cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, it's
and then
just
how long
faster
would I
to-
cook this for?
Well, ideally, I would like everything to melt down a bit more
Okay.
to really, really soften up and get the pineapple to release more juices.
Yeah.
I shall get some
And what is this?
fish sauce. I told you I can't cook without fish sauce.
Yes, I
Actually,
know.
it's really helpful to boost some flavor in a dish, especially if you are cooking with seafood.
How's that looking?
Yeah, we can go a bit more because I really like to get things really, really
Softer.
soft and
Yeah. Like your skin.
yeah, like my skin. The only thing I look after during lockdown. Honestly, I hated myself. At first I hated being Asian, and then I hated to speak my own language, and I tried not to speak Vietnamese for a while. That's a blessing, of course, you know, for me to push through that barrier, like that language barrier. I hated my people, and most importantly, I started to resent my parents and the lack of knowledge, you know, and the way that they handled my identities as well. I started to resent a lot, and then I would project my insecurity and my pain on other people, the way I speak. I was passive aggressive most of the time, and I would just snap. But then mostly at myself because I tend to internalize a lot. I wouldn't say anything during the day, but then when I got home, that was when like the real waterworks started, you know, just crying and blaming yourself and just wanted to disappear. So you would use a tiny bit of this because it's a lot saltier. It's very pungent and strong.
Yeah.
So
That's some people's personalities now.
yeah. And also, you know, another thing I would like to suggest to people is that they should taste everything before they purchase. Like, so in a recipe, they may call for fish sauce, but then the saltiness and the flavor profile may vary from brand to brand.
Yeah.
And so it's much better for people to actually understand the ingredients they're using.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they can adjust the taste accordingly.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's right. At the end, I guess.
So yeah, we're gonna use. I've measured my eyes, so don't mind me. It's about a tablespoon and a half.
Okay.
Right, so now that looks fine to me.
Yeah.
Add in the fish sauce.
Do you want me to do?
And in the
more, like-
meanwhile, we're gonna prepare some lime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? What's
So
that?
it's gonna
What does that
help
do?
releasing the juices.
Oh, okay.
So we let that cook away for another minute or so, and then we can squeeze in the lime. Just half a lime,
Yeah.
because the pineapple we use, canned
Yeah.
pineapple, it may lack the acidity
Oh,
of
okay.
natural pineapple. You know, you can squeeze in the lime.
1/2 of a lime.
No, just a bit for now.
Yeah.
And then we can serve some wedges on the side. Okay, put a bit more.
Smell nice. That's smelling delicious.
Yeah, because a lot of cooking, like what makes a dish taste good is about the caramelization and intensifying flavor of the ingredients. My parents try to sort of put out my fire since I was little. They constantly clip my wings, you know, be it my authenticity or my sense of self. And unfortunately, a lot of Asian parents do that to their children. That also fueled me to like, you know what, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Just because I am this way, it doesn't mean I'm gonna fail. So at first, it was just purely that. And then I realized that, well, the more I use that philosophy for my life, the more my parents became like a codependency kind of point for me. And that I still allowed them to have power over me. And so I shifted that to, no, you know what, this is not me. I'm not really wanting to compete with my parents. I may want to be different from them, but it doesn't mean that they should have any power over me, or I'm molding something other than them. I'm molding myself instead. And so that was when I really started to embrace everything about me a bit more. And then that was when you start to learn your self-worth. And that was when you started to see the light, you know. It might have appeared quite dim from a distance back then, but you know, the more you walk towards it, you know, the better and the brighter things get. So, yeah. And at this stage, if you're into chilies and heat, you can add in like some sliced chilies, some garlic oil as well. So, yeah. Okay. So we need 2 cups of these.
2 cups
of water. And then because we actually used whatever in the can earlier, so what I did was to fill up to make 1 cup.
Okay. And do we leave it like that?
Yeah, so we bring everything to a boil and then we just simmer them.
I can smell it.
Yeah, so just wait for it to the boil, and at which point get a spoon ready.
Is this for taste testing?
No, it's to skim out, skim the impurities. Yeah, so now we're just bringing this to the boil, and as you can see, some foam start coming on top.
Yeah.
And
okay, and do you want me to do that?
Well, if you like
I don't want to, ruin this beautiful dress.
Thank you. I spilled something on it earlier, so it's fine.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, well, we don't want that to happen again. Okay. Do you have to get all of it out?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to.
Yeah.
But then you don't have to. It's more about the presentation of it.
Okay. Oh, that's really hot.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
And then we just simmer this away for 10 minutes, and then we can add in the fish, and that's it.
So Anastasia, who taught you how to cook growing up?
I actually didn't learn to cook until I came to Australia.
Oh, okay.
And then, because I came here on my own.
How old were you?
I was 2016.
16?
Yeah, 2016.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was a spoiled child when I was in Vietnam, so no cooking, nothing. And then
really?
I came here, you know, things are a bit tougher, and then so you had to learn how to cut corners and save and all of that. So I learned how to cook. Yeah. When I first came here, and especially identifying within all these intersectionalities of the community, I was desperately seeking for external validation. Of course, I yearned for some for companies and companionship, but at the same time, with lockdowns especially, where I had to be by myself, I learned that, you know what, I am the best validation I can get. So that looks like it's almost ready.
Yeah.
You see, like there's more foam coming on top.
You want to take some more out? What happens if you just leave the foam there, like if you just forget?
No, it's just, it doesn't look as nice.
Okay.
That's about it, really.
Okay.
And always taste.
Yes.
We haven't done that just yet. So that always
is that
taste.
Right at the end, or is that the beginning? Is that next? Because I'm
we always you always need to have a spoon next to your pot just to taste things as they go along.
With the spoon.
Okay, so I think this is the point where you can add in the fish.
Oh, okay.
Right. So all of that in with the juices.
You want me to stir the fish in there, or you?
Yes, you can just start stirring.
I'll be your stirrer.
Look like witches in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yep. So now
Look at
it's
that. I love this color, the red, the yellow,
it's like the color of autumn.
green.
Yeah. So
It's so colorful.
just wait until things just goes back to a boil, which I will do now, and then we immediately transfer to our serving bowl. I'm asking all this question about, why am I reacting and why are they saying that to me? Because self-reflection is important and self-awareness is something not many people have these days. Personally, from my journey, I've learned that finding your own inner voice, your inner truth, and self-love is the most important thing that you can ever give to your life. Okay, that should be ready. So
Yeah.
we have
Yes.
some bowl
Okay.
prepared. So now we have some vermicelli, and
Nice.
then we shall use the ladle over there,
Sure. I've had it ready all night for you.
and then just scoop it out.
Okay. So look at that. Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. How much sauce would you put on there?
I like to
A bit more?
slurp it, but again,
You do like to slurp, don't you? Is that enough
a
for
bit
you?
more, a bit more of the pineapple and the fish.
Oh, okay.
Don't be stingy.
I know.
And then that looks about right to me.
Yum.
Just sprinkle a bit of this on top,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
love
it.
coriander.
Shall we taste?
Yes, I can't wait to taste. Ooh. Okay. Let's get this fish. Oh, that sounds divine. Mmm. That is so yum. That is perfect. You know what? You taste everything. That is so delicious.
That's the principle of Asian cooking. We have to have all of the flavors in one. So
Yes.
spiciness, like a bit of heat,
Yeah.
a bit of salt, a bit of sourness, a bit of sweetness,
Yeah.
and a bit of that umami from the fish sauce.
Yes.
Yeah, all
This
five.
is restaurant quality
Oh, thank
that you
you.
can cook at home.
Just come over more often.
Yeah, I will. Well, Anastasia, I just want to say thank you for coming by to the Ben Spoon. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having me at the Ben Spoon today. I was thrilled to make my grandmother's Vietnamese pineapple soup with fish. For more recipe and information, please check out Thorn Harbour Health website. Thank you so much. I was so happy to make my grandmother's, fish, sweet and sour Vietnamese pineapple soup. Well, thank you for having me on the Ben Spoon. Sorry, can we do that again? Okay, yeah, just medium heat, so which is.
Well, there can only be one hotness, and it's me, darling.